High up in the misty mountains of northwest Vietnam lies a culinary paradise unlike anywhere else on earth. Probably the most un-Vietnamese Vietnamese food I've tried. From ancient tribal recipes to ingredients found nowhere else on earth, these hyper-regional flavours will blow your mind. So come along and get lost in the clouds with us. It's time to eat the absolute must-try dishes when you visit Sapa. It looks like an alien life form nesting in an alpine meadow. Beautiful, slightly terrifying, but absolutely delicious.
You'll have to excuse me, I'm feeling a little hoarse.
We've officially reached Sapa, high up in the clouds of northern Vietnam. And I think I just stumbled onto the set of a Ridley Scott movie. Is this lunch or a xenomorph egg from the Alien franchise? But instead of a facehugger, it's stuffed with seasoned horse mince and local shallots, all ringed by a vibrant crown of fresh young mint stems. This is Xoi Nur, horse sticky rice, and this restaurant specialises in it. Now, horse meat is a massive deal up here in the Northwest Highlands, usually served as a traditional intensely earthy stew. But this spot is famous for giving rustic tribal flavours a modern culinary upgrade, and they've completely reimagined it. They take perfectly seasoned horse mince, stir-fry it with wild mountain herbs and charred shallots, pack it into a shell of local Highland sticky rice, and frame it with that crisp peppery fresh mint. The steam coming off this in the mountain chill is incredible. Now, if you're worried about horse meat being gamey or tough, forget it, it's not. People might say horse tastes like beef. It's not really, it's more like venison and feels more like venison. Maybe a little sweeter. And that crispy rice egg is a perfect accompaniment. It's incredibly lean, finely minced, and hits you with that deep savoury richness that tastes like a hybrid of premium beef and wild venison. But the texture play, that's the real winner here. The xoi, the rice, is everything Highland rice should be. Perfumed, incredibly soft, and intensely chewy, with a slightly crispy exterior from the shaping process. The local shallots cut through the rich meat beautifully, but the absolute secret weapon is that ring of young mint. Plucking a stem between bites completely hits the reset button on your palate. Sapa is known for its dramatic landscapes, but this dish proves the food is just as wild. So smash that subscribe button because our Northern Food Marathon is just getting warmed up. With this Vietnamese pho, there's no clear steaming broth here. We're in Sapa, just a couple of miles from the Chinese border. And this is pho con sui, popularly called dry pho, but it's anything but. It's a bowl of thick, silky, aromatic gravy, poured over handmade flat rice noodles. It's basically a warm, savoury hug designed specifically to fight off the freezing mountain mist, and we've come straight to its source. This legendary institution is Con Sui Ong Ha. Its history has it crossing the nearby border with the Chinese Hoa community, who migrated into the region. Over the decades, it evolved into an essential local mountain staple. It takes those ancient Chinese five-spice techniques and adapts them perfectly for the chilly northern peaks. The prep work is intense. The broth is simmered from pork bones for 12 hours, spiced with cinnamon, cardamom and vibrant red gak fruit, then thickened into a rich glaze. The toppings are absolute chaos. You have tender, char siu-like pork, a boiled egg, roasted peanuts, and a giant mountain of ultra-crunchy deep-fried sweet potato, which sit right on top. The texture contrast is wild. You get the silky slide of the fresh noodle, and then this loud, aggressive crunch from the potato. What makes Ong Ha so famous is that they still hand-cut these flat noodles every morning. They're wider and way chewier than standard hanoi pho noodles, which lets them grip that gelatinous gravy. But absolutely mandatory is a squeeze of lime and some pickled needle-sharp hot chilies. That sharp fermented acid cuts straight through the heavy sweet pork and balances the whole bowl perfectly. If standard pho is a comfort blanket, pho con sui is a full-on winter coat. It's sweet, savoury, intensely crunchy, and an absolutely mandatory stop when you're exploring the Northern Highlands. Just look at this restaurant. Stunning mountain views, beautiful traditional textiles. And then you look down and there's a jet black chicken foot peeking out of your soup. I know what you're thinking. No, the chef didn't leave this in the pot for 3 days. This is Sapa's famous black chicken. And yes, it's officially Goth certified. It's not a phase, Mom, it's a culinary tradition. If you've never had garden or black chicken, the first bite takes a little mental gymnastics. Your brain is screaming danger, but your nose is telling you it's absolute heaven. This looks like a bowl of pho, served in the upside down, but it's so metal, even its bones are literally black. I feel like I need a leather jacket just to eat this. In the local Hmong and Dao cultures, this isn't just dinner, it's medicine. It's packed with antioxidants and iron. We're high up in the mountains right now, and this dish completely reflects that. The broth has a deep, incredibly earthy sweetness that you just don't get with standard poultry.
The meat might look intimidating, but it's incredibly tender, and it's sweeter than other chicken.
It's infused with wild local medicinal herbs, ginger and ginseng grown right on these hillsides. It doesn't just warm your stomach, it warms your soul. The meat itself? Don't let the colour fool you. It's leaner than regular chicken, but it absorbs the broth like a sponge. It's incredibly tender, concentrated in the best way possible, and soft.
It's absorbed all of those herby mountain flavours like a sponge. This is an absolute must-try if you come to Sapa.
Your taste buds will literally throw a party. It's Sapa in a single bowl. If you ever make it up into these clouds, skip the standard menu and go straight for the Goth soup.
This is the best bowl of pho I have ever had. This girl's gone goth.
Would you eat a pork dish that literally translates to under the arm pig? Because I am for the first time. I'm high up in the mountains of Sapa, experiencing one of Vietnam's rarest culinary traditions for the first time. Where the meat is so unique, the animal is practically an elite athlete. Stick around because this meal completely redefined how I think about pork. Walking into this place, the atmosphere hits you first. The Hmong decor is gorgeous, but the absolute best piece of interior design is that pig over there getting a slow motion charcoal tan. This is Lun Kup neck, literally under the arm pig. Because these traditional mountain pigs are so small and compact, farmers historically tuck them right under their arms to carry them to market. This isn't factory farm pork, it's pure unique altitude muscle. Okay, first style, stir fried with chili, peppers and lemongrass. The fragrance hits you first like a mountain breeze. Because this pork is so naturally firm from all that hillside cardio, it doesn't get soft or soggy. It completely snaps back and absorbs that bright citrusy lemongrass. It's vibrant, it's punchy, and it's a total masterpiece over rice. Then we have it fried with sesame seeds, and this one blew my mind. You get that deep, intensely smoky charcoal flavour from the open flame roasting, but the thin skin stays beautifully gelatinous and chewy. Toss in the nutty crunch of the toasted sesame, and it's like a texture playground in your mouth. It's rustic, simple and unlike any pork I've ever tasted. It perfectly captures the rugged, beautiful energy of Sapa in every single bite. If you ever make it up into these clouds, skip the tourist menus and head straight for the charcoal pit. This is Sapa, and this is a centuries-old celebratory meal made of horse meat and 20 wild herbs. Today I'm tackling Sapa's ultimate culinary test for the very first time. This is Tong Ko and Men Men, a meal so intense and traditional that it completely separates the tourists from the true travellers. Let's see if I survive the first bite. This collection of delicious delights are the soul food of the Hmong people. It's not meant to be delicate, it's meant to keep you alive and warm on a freezing mountain peak. And we're starting with the Men Men, which is dried corn that's painstakingly stone ground and double steamed, until it looks like golden sand. It smells incredibly sweet and peanutty, but eating it requires strategy. Don't inhale this dry, you'll choke on a cloud of corn. Maybe it's a rite of passage. To eat it properly, you mix the soups with the dried men men, creating a corny paste. The tung ko broth is slow simmered with horse offal, bones, lemongrass and wild mountain cardamom. It's incredibly complex and tender. Smoky, rich, a little gamey, with a herbal punch. The other soup, Rao Day, is full of a wild mountain citrusy herb. The moment you chew it, this bright, electric lemony acidity cuts right through the richness of the stew. And it's delightful and light.
The herb in this rao o'day is almost citrusy. It's delightful.
First time verdict? This meal is wild and it's rugged. And it's absolutely brilliant. It tastes exactly like the mountains look. If you come to Sapa and don't sit down with a bowl of dangkor, you're only getting half the experience. When you think of the misty mountains of Sapa, you probably think of rice terraces and trekking. But would you guess that this alpine town is world famous for salmon? It might just be the best culinary kept secret in Vietnam. Yes, you heard right, high altitude mountain salmon. Raised in the freezing, crystal clear streams up here. These fish are incredibly lean, firm and bright orange, and frankly the tastiest I've eaten. This isn't your heavy, fatty imported Atlantic salmon. This is clean, sustainable mountain gold. And chefs here know exactly how to flex it. The most common salmon dish you'll see here is lau ca hoi, the traditional salmon hot pot. The broth is a fragrant masterpiece of wild mountain herbs, pineapple and tomatoes. You drop the fresh salmon in just for a few seconds, let it soak up that sweet and sour broth, and it literally melts on your tongue. It's the ultimate antidote to the mountain chill. But don't forget to add in the noodles at the end for a gut-busting hot pot ending. But hot pot is just one dish. Salmon nem, traditional Vietnamese fried spring roll, but stuffed with flaky rich mountain salmon. I've not seen these before ever. Oh man, that shatteringly crisp shell with the hot savoury salmon inside is dangerously addictive. Even your standard pan-fried fillet here is such good quality because the meat is so naturally lean. Pan-searing it makes the skin intensely crispy while keeping the inside beautifully juicy. It's elegant and simple. If you're a fish lover, Sapa salmon is an absolute must-try. It completely changes the vibe of mountain comfort food and Vietnamese food in general. Would you try salmon in a hot pot or wrapped in a spring roll? Let me know in the comments. Would you expect to find fresh prehistoric sturgeon swimming high up in the misty cloud forests of Vietnam? Sapa isn't just famous for rice terraces, it's home to cold water mountain sturgeon. And today I'm trying it for the first time. First, I'm trying chakatan. This is a steamed, almost fish sausage shaped like disc. Wow, because the sturgeon is so firm, it has a creamy, dense texture and it's seasoned beautifully, but the inside stays remarkably moist. The spicing is perfect. It's built for dipping into condiments like chili sauce. But then we've got the countryside sturgeon grilled and simmered in a clay pot. This is raw, rustic comfort food. The sauce is a rich, peppery, caramelised reduction of galangal, lemongrass and local chilies. The clay pot infuses it with a gorgeous smoky depth, and the sturgeon skin gets beautifully gelatinous. Spoon it over hot rice, and you're instantly cured of the mountain chill. So my first time verdict? I'm certainly not one for caviar, but the meat itself is an absolute delicacy, creamy and steak-like. Are you going for the steamed sausage discs? The rich smoky clay pot? Or maybe just a simple stir fry? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe button for more wild culinary hunts across Vietnam. And love you. You can literally hear my lunch coming from 3 tables away. I'm high up in the clouds of Sapa, experiencing a rugged highland speciality for the very first time. Traditional mountain venison, served on a screaming hot sizzling platter. If you want to see what real cold weather comfort food looks like, keep watching. While most people come to Sapa for the views, the real magic is happening on these hot cast iron plates. This is thit nai, or wild-style mountain venison. Because these animals roam the high-altitude forests of northwestern Vietnam, the meat is intensely lean and packed with a deep, robust flavour. Local chefs tend to stir-fry it in a variety of ways with forest herbs, but serving it on a sizzling platter is the ultimate bit of theatre. Venison is notoriously lean, so if you overcook it, it turns into cardboard. But flash frying it and dropping it onto this red hot iron plate locks the moisture right in. It's incredibly tender with a rich gamey depth that regular beef just can't match. The sauce caramelizes right on that metal, turning into this thick, sweet and deeply savoury glaze, infused with garlic, local chilies and punchy lemongrass. When you combine that savoury punch with the natural bite of the meat over fluffy white rice, it perfectly matches the wild, rugged energy of these mountains. Sapa's sizzling venison is a complete masterpiece. It's loud, it's dramatic, a little like me, and it's exactly what you need after a long day of trekking through the rice fields. Would you brave a sizzling plate of mountain venison? Sapa, my calves ache from the slopes, but you got my heart. The misty mountain flavours did not disappoint, but it's time to pack our bags. We're trading the high altitudes for the ocean breeze, because our next culinary journey is heading straight out to the central coast. Next stop, Da Nang. Make sure you're following so you don't miss a single bite. So until then, adios!